Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah! Perfect Plex Radio! We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's cause he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're raw, what you getting in? Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to the Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, just a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You can call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio. Simply, we about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go!
And wrestling fans, welcome to Around the Blocks with Mike Knoxxx, right here on Unpopular Review Wrestling. And I am your host, Mike Knoxxx. And indeed, I spelled my name with 3 X's because my Eagles got their asses whooped and we still in first place. So that's hardcore, baby. Come in my team again. Them cowgirls, y'all are up next. But welcome to the show the pros, ayatollahs, and rock and rollers all listen to. The originator, the creator, if you will, so to speak. The show that makes you want to think, because it's the show for the intelligent wrestling fan. Make sure you follow us wherever social media is sold and found, and well, it's not sold anywhere because it's free. You see it all right there. Like, follow, subscribe, share, do all those good things you do. Just make sure you follow through at Mike Knoxxx 3X. You already know what it is. And make sure you follow my guy backstage, King Von Jr. That's 301 King Von Jr. 720 on the Twitter. The Victorious Ones podcast, my social media manager to those stars, ayatollahs, and rock and rollers. And the reason I get retweeted so much and the reason why I get followed by so many people is because of that man right there. All the credit goes to him. And today, people, we got a plethora. Y'all know that word was coming. I haven't really used it in a couple weeks, right? Just being honest, okay? When I was a little wee high to a duck, you know, I learned the word in like the 5th grade. It was like smorgasbord. I was like, oh, that's what we got for y'all today, guys. We got a smorgasbord of professional wrestling to talk about from AEW, All Elite WWE. We joked about that being the name, right? But it has actually turned into All Elite WWE because all the guys from All Elite Wrestling now seems to be defecting. And now the big word around town is who's next? It used to be, well, Dolph Ziggler show up. Is CM Punk actually the devil? All these nonsensical things you guys think about. Then you got people like the Hardy Boys being upset with their we're going to talk about that a little bit later in the program as well, as this is the show for the intelligent wrestling fans. So let's think about what those wrestlers are trying to do intelligently. Also on the show, we all know what it is, right? It's the biggest talk of the world in the professional world, right? Next week, I'm going to have for you guys the top 10 moments of 2023. And to me, there's no bigger moment than what we saw last week. Just tell you right now, spoiler alert, the return of the best in the world. CM Punk is the talk, and we know that Seth Rollins. So we got Phil versus Cody, right? Did I say that right, Vaughn? Vaughn, help me out. We got Cody. Or I mean, not Kobe, Mr. Iowa guy. Thank you. You're muted, so nobody heard you. Still can't hear you. You're muted.
Sorry about that. I didn't realize it was muted, but yes, Kobe, yeah.
That's right. Like Kobe bean steaks, right? The big old steaks you get, right? Kobe versus Phil. Like Phil Jackson versus Kobe Bryant, right? Who'd have thunk it? All over again. So we're going to talk about that today as well.
One without the other isn't any good. Oh, I knew he was going to do that.
Because one without the other, how good are they? Who is actually the best in the world? And also, the week in wrestling and my top 10 matches of 2023. So let's go ahead. Let's get this show started and pop locking, if you will, and bring in the week in wrestling, people. Because listen, a lot of things happen. Thank you for your comments. Comment below. Let me know what you think, how you holding out. Shout out to the Wrestling It Factor Facebook group, the Jobber Tears podcast group as well. Orlando's Wrestling, y'all name it, DMV, wrestling fans, the Fire and Ice podcast, always holding me down. Happy birthday to my man Boomer out there. Going on his birthday weekend just passed. So shout out to all y'all out there. But the weekend wrestling people, y'all know what it was, right? Like, what else would it have been? What else could it have grown to? What could it have manifested anything other than speaking about this man, Phil Brooks? No longer are we calling him Phil, by the way. I know. No. We called him Phil 10 years ago when Phil took his ball and he went home. I'm going to keep the same energy I had then. For those who leave the wrestling business and think you're bigger than the business, you get demoted. No longer the Jada Pinkett Smith. It's just Jada Pinkett. That's it. No Smith. Okay? Despite whatever happens in their relationship, that's just from me. I will not respect her to call her Smith anymore. So he was no longer CM Punk. He was Phil. Philip, if you will. Oh, Chicago didn't make Punk. He's from Rosemont. That's not even in Chicago. It's in Illinois. But now he's back. So the storyline is back. And wrestling is storyline. Such hashtag wrestling is storyline. CM Punk is back, baby. And what else did he talk about? You had AEW fans all mad at him for what it's worth. Here's the thing with AEW fans. Here's the thing with wrestling fans, right? It's a shame that as a community, we are segregated. It's like there's 50,000 shades of black. Trust me, as a black man in America, I guarantee you couldn't get 10 of us to agree on 10 things absolutely the same. No matter what it is, from how you raise your kids, to your bank account, to what woman is sexy and hot or not, okay? That's the fact. What's going on, Jeffrey? Always there, holding it down. Yeah! The Z is Silent podcast, what's going on? And my man Todd always, I just don't get it. I don't understand how the community is so separated, right? Like, so when he came back to AEW, because I watched on that Friday night and I popped, like I did last night because I was up all night. So as I do what I do, like I do what I'm doing when I'm doing it not on TV, I popped for Sophia and Punk that night. Like, no, he's just back. He said all the great things, all the things you wanted him to say, he said. That's what he's always done. It's said what you wanted him to say, but yet he still doesn't have a fan base as big as it should be. But he's huge. He's one Bill Phil, as he says it, right? Tell me when I'm telling lies. They can't because it's the truth.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I wait. You cannot tell me at this point that I'm telling lies. He went over there, said all the things we're going to say, but he come back and you're salivating like a fine-ass piece of freaking tomahawk steak, medium, no ketchup. If you put ketchup on a steak, you're nasty. Just want you to know that right now. If you put ketchup on a steak, you're nasty. Okay? I did that when I was like 10, maybe 9. If you're over 25 years old and you put ketchup on a steak, please, we have Steak Anonymous for you. Come holler at me. Yeah! That's the facts. So, we're going to get that back to Punk. He says the things he's supposed to say. It's been 10 years. Like, it's got to be a slow build. We're going to get to that a little bit later in the program. But Randy, I'm a accept your main event. Uso, you are Oscar award winning. What's up, Emmy award winning over there on Smackdown? What's up, Jimmy? I see you, dog. Yeet. All right, I see you. Shout out to my kids. Yeet. You know what I mean? That's what we do around here. Actually, I don't do that. I'm lying. That's what they do. But Randy tells him, just get out my way. Just get out my way. We'll be good. As main event tonight, main event's Raw, and gets a title shot. Now, we all know he's not going to win. But what if he does? Things that make you go, if main event wins. I don't think so. I never say never, but I'm going to go 99.99%. Like they say condoms are, but y'all all know y'all been lying. Y'all wasn't wearing no condoms. Y'all went there Raw, and now you got babies. Then Jimmy Uso has to come save him because Seth freaking Rollins is getting his ass handed to him by Drew McIntyre, who is not being talked about like he should be. Drew McIntyre should be talked about a little bit more than what he's been talked about. Drew McIntyre, reason for what he did, I'm not here for none of you guys. If you're my fans, you should have been my fan, or you were my fans from the beginning. I'm so over, is what Drew McIntyre was trying to say. I love it. As the executive consultant say, this is the perfect embodiment of building a professional wrestler. Love that segment. And then everybody's wondering, oh my God, who is Shinsuke talking about? Who is Shinsuke talking about? And one of the most brutal mist we've ever seen. Shinsuke Nakamura blinds Cody Rhodes with the red mist. Ooh, I love red mist. Can I get a red Hell in a Cell again? I don't know. They're always not going to go anywhere. But boom, we get that on Raw and then Smackdown. After, because we're on Raw, they main evented. He wrestled, Dirty Dominic and all that was good. And everything that happened good with Judgment Day. But we're going to get through this, guys. It's the end of the year. Right, we're gonna move through the week and wrestle a little bit more to get to some topics. So we can take off, everybody around this year's holiday time. Gotta spend some time with the kids, the family members, re-energize. If it was something, come back to Energize the Bunny and never stop doing what I do best for over 14 years, 3,000 episodes plus, on the way to 4,000. Let's get it. It is what it is. Podcast. Can somebody please tweet out to It Is What It Is podcast to Mace and Mr. Cameron? I want some veneers. Put me on. And I guarantee you all that wrestling talk that happens over there on that network on Sirius XM, all these people that nobody really knows, I will be what you need. Holla at your boy. All right? No broke back. Now, SmackDown, Randy Orton had a chance to decide what show should I go through. I ain't seen nothing like this since we've had Batista having to choose as well between Raw and SmackDown for the title match. I loved it. But boom, Bianca Belair and Shotzi. Oh, God. I don't get her. I don't. I'm sorry, guys. I don't. I'm not a Shotzi fan. If you're a Shotzi fan, please comment below. Let me know why, how. But, they're having a problem with damage control. This man is back. Logan Paul. Can we talk about the real mega star? Yeah. Logan Paul. I'm going to say it again in case you didn't hear me. For those who are in the back, LA Gear, whoever you are, LA Knight, your time is not now because the real mega star, Logan Paul, is back on our television, people. And he has some news. Hey, it's going to be a tournament for my title. I'm so good, I ain't got to come to the hood because I'm like ESPN, the game once I kick it, kicks, it begins. It's how great Logan Paul is. There's going to be a tournament for his title. No more contenders tournament. My problem with that contenders tournament is, I don't know how it's going to go. Bobby Lashley's in this thing. Escobar's in this thing. Shout out to Escobar for what he did on SmackDown as well. I mean, check it out. Comment below. Let us know what you think about this tournament for this 8-man #1 contender match for the U.S. title. Also on SmackDown, as I said, LA Knight emerges to help Randy Orton. Boo. LA Knight. Yeah. I'm just joking, LA Knight. I don't mean to boo you. I really do like you a lot, though. It's the fans, man. It's for me. It's always the fans. Might not be for you, but for me, it's always the fans that just drive me crazy. So why I sit on the island by myself. But LA Knight emerged to help Randy Orton in an explosive brawl against the Bloodline, Jimmy Uso, and Solo Sikoa. Orton officially joined SmackDown, and the Viper celebrated with an RKO also on Nick Aldis. Listen, I love the decision. You don't have Cena right now. Roman's on sabbatical again, because that's what champions do. When you're the tribal chief and you stay in God mode, pushing the envelope. Oh, ticket sales. And man, is he just the benefactor of the world that's changing his Roman? I don't want to talk about that because to me, he's the tribal chief. I don't care. He's all because of him, okay? Usos are because of him. He puts the food on the table and he'll take the food off the table. And Randy Orton's coming for you. Randy is coming for your tribal chief. And I love the decision, how they did that. I thought it was pretty damn cool. Then we got AEW, Dynamite, and Collision. Again, the week in wrestling, right? So then, shout out to Dynamite. Didn't watch it on time. It's my Bay night, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, speaking of Bay nights, make sure y'all check me out this Wednesday. If you are fans of the Power Series, there it is, the husband and wife review show. Y'all can been asking about it. It is back. Raising Kanan season 1. We're going to talk about that episode and then some, okay? But Wednesday, we got to see Jay White and Swerve Strickland going for this in this gold Continental Classic bracket. Listen, Swerve Strickland, the MVP of AEW. It is. He is the MVP to me of AEW, and I'm just loving everything he's doing. And you know how I feel about it if you don't like it, right?
Lose it, bite my tongue for no one. I put you on blast. So all the news channels, y'all can kiss my ass. Other YouTubers, Google me, turn it up and
Tony Khan is finally learning how to book black talent. I said it last week. I'm going to say it again. Tony, don't hold this against us. I'm trying to come to the building when y'all come to Orlando to get some media passes, but I'm proud of you, okay? I'm just saying it to you. I'm proud of you or whoever's in your ear saying put this man over, because the one company that if you better keep on to this guy, you don't want to get him back to, now that the power, if you will, has shifted with leadership over in the dub, in the comp, in the engine. As you want to keep, which I wish I could, you better keep this boy right to the top. And don't forget people like Jay White as well. But then we get matches where we got Jay Lethal, John Moxley, Bryan Danielson's there. They're pumping up this thing. Christian Cage right now next to Tony Storm. Christian Cage to me is the third best thing in AEW right now going on. But so we had that on Dynamite. Then on Collision, Danielson took on the worst wrestler in wrestling history, Eddie Kingston. If I get to interview Eddie, not like some of these other jabronis, I will tell you so. There's no hate. You are one of the best talkers at shit talking I've ever seen in wrestling. I give you that. And whatever you may have been in before, then I need to go find some tapes or somebody that send me some tapes, because I just don't see it. I just think you're hey, some people you can't get in the ring. You do everything else good, so I give you that. But that match was, I just don't like how you wrestle. There it is. All right. Then we had my girl's husband taking on Daniel Garcia. We already talked about this before, right? No, we're going to take Alex Wright any day of the week over Daniel Garcia. Carlito versus Brody King. Now, that match was crazy. Mike, you said Psycho Sid wrong. Did I really? Worst wrestler in the world. I'll give you that. Whatever. I think Psycho was better than him. How about that? Comment below. Let me know. Okay, so that's the week in wrestling as it will. But this right here, I got to pick on it. Got to pick on it because I do. I pick on things. Good, the bad, the good, the ugly. All right? I love this. We can make fun of, at one time on my screen, I had 4 dinosaurs, almost 6 between that week, between AEW Dynamite, between having the Hardy Boys, having Sting and Ric Flair. Woo! Can somebody please send me a thing of Woo energy drink? I want to see how that joint is. I ain't gonna lie to you, right? But I'm here for this. I'm here. I thought when he concertoed my man in front of his mom, brilliant. I thought what Christian was saying as trying to act like he was being very sentimental, but yet throwing digs at him and shots at him was brilliant. Kicking him in the gonads was brilliant. And then they might be getting some trouble for dropping a hell of an F-bomb on TV. All right, so shout out to AEW, in my opinion, for doing some really, really, really good things right now. But coming up after this break, we're going to take a break right fast, and we are going to dive into this right here. Who is the best in the world? Want to talk about it? Comment below. Let me know. We'll be right back here on Pop Review Entertainment, on Pop Review Wrestling. We are all here for you. What you like? We got something for you. You got something for us. We'll be right back, y'all.
Sleep.
Do you like Jelly Roll?
I see where this is going. Are you talking about the donut or the artist?
The artist.
I don't know who that is. I stopped listening to music. I just realized Dojo Cat is not a cat. It's a person. I thought it was a cat.
You didn't
I just learned that Ice Spice has a
Doja Cat was you probably listened to a lot of Doja Cat songs.
I thought it was a cat. I honestly, personally thought it was a cat, but I saw it was a person. I said, well, this is disappointing, but whatever. I just learned Ice Spice is not one of the Spice Girls. My point is, I stopped listening to music after 2010, so I don't know who any of these people are.
I can tell.
Thank you.
Jelly Roll was at Monday Night Raw. R-Truth had a segment with him. They had a segment backstage with the New Day, all this other stuff. He actually made a couple songs for WWE.
Who, the donut?
He's extremely popular, but you don't know who he is.
I'm more of a fan of glazed donuts, personally.
I can't deny it. I don't know who Jelly Roll is either. I didn't know who
Thank
Jelly
you,
was.
thank you. You sit here trying to make me look like a fool. You're a liar.
The Doja Cat thing, I'm a little strange. And both my roommates saw, so now I'm about to go crazy. I don't see how you could not know who Doja Cat is. She made so much music, but I go to clubs. But you don't know who Jelly Roll is? Hey, more power to you. I didn't know who the hell that guy is.
There's a place where life is simple.
What happened?
I'm not sure.
Look at me. I'm pasty.
Morning, kids. Better get a move on or you'll be late for school.
From the creator of Big and Dave.
What are you doing to these people? You can't do this to them. You're messing with their whole universe.
Maybe it needs to be messed with, David.
New Line Cinema presents Jeff Daniels, William H. Macy, Joan Allen, Reese Witherspoon, and Tobey Maguire. Pleasantville.
Yo, 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 it's crime time.
EST.
Soul Man, Rocky Johnson. It's the Honky Tonk Man, NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? UPR and Around the Blocks give to you This Week in Wrestling History with King Von.
Hello there, everyone. It's King Von Jr. of the Victorious Points Podcast and Perfect Plex Talk Radio, here to give you your week in wrestling history. Of course, on December 3rd, 1991, WWF's this Tuesday in Texas took place at the Freeman Coliseum in San Antonio. So this was the rare midweek pay-per-view that took place just at least 5 days, or at least a week after Survivor Series, where Undertaker defeated Hogan for the WWF Championship. However, this week Hogan had defeated the Undertaker by throwing ashes in his face, to steal back the WWF Championship. And so this is what will ultimately lead to the title being vacated for the Royal Rumble, where Ric Flair will end up winning later. But it all ultimately boiled down. Came through from this point. But but of course, when the same day in 2006, WWE's version of ECW took place. With ECW's December to Dismember. The main event, we saw Bobby Lashley win the ECW title in Extreme Elimination Chamber match and defeated The Big Show, RVD, Test, Hardcore Holly, and CM Punk. December 4th, 2009, Umaga died from heart failure mere months after his WWE release at only the age of 36. On the same day, WWE taped tribute to the troops in Baghdad, Iraq. In the main event, John Cena defeated Chris Jericho to retain the WWE Championship. December 5th, 2005, Eric Bischoff's reign as the Raw general manager came to an end after 3.5 years in that position. And so, of course, that same night, there was a mock trial by Vince McMahon, which ended with John Cena dumping Bischoff into the back of a garbage truck to mark his farewell as a full-time on-screen character in WWE. On the same day in 2018, tragically, the Dynamite Kid Tom Billington passed away on his very birthday, only at the age of 60. And so of course, the exact cause of death is never known. December 6, 2004, Lita defeated Trish Stratus for the WWE Women's Championship. It was the last time a women's match took the main event spot on Monday Night Raw to 2016, which of course we saw Sasha Banks versus Charlotte Flair. December 7th, 1988, WCW Clash of the Champions 4 seasons beatings took place. Took place that night. Of course, the most notable match on the card saw Road Warrior Animal defeat Dusty Rhodes by disqualification to gain possession of the NWA World 6-Man Tag Team Championships. Rhodes and the Road Warriors have been reigning champions, but Hawk and Animal dumped Rhodes and took Tenryu as their new partner. And of course, on the same day, 1997, WWF Degeneration X took place, and so of course that same night you had Shawn Michaels. At least you had Ken Shamrock defeat Shawn Michaels by disqualification. As far as notable birthdays, on December 5th, Dynamite Kid would have turned 65. On the same day, Larry Zbyszko turned 70. On December 6th, Nick Bockwinkel would have turned 89. On December 7th, Jon Moxley turns 38, and Ravishing Rick Rude would have turned 65. That's your week of wrestling history. Mike Knoxxx, back to you.
You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're all what you getting in. Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, this a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more.
And we are back, people. We are talking, like I said before the break. Here it is. Who is the best in the world? They planted seeds for weeks and months. We know all the stuff we are seeing. There's no rumors for this of house shows where Seth is openly talking about how he doesn't like this guy. He's not there. So I ask you a week later, is it still a shoot to you? Do you know the difference between a shoot and a work? Now, upon further review with intelligent wrestling fans, I've learned, not that I've learned, that's not even fair to me because I did not know it. I do know there's a difference between a shoot and a work, and a shoot working, okay? But a shoot and a work where it's a work because that's the storyline they're telling, but they allow you to have some realism in it, isn't a shoot at that point. It's just a work, okay? So this is a work, and it's a build-up to a work to that right there, the Royal Rumble and beyond. CM Punk will win the Royal Rumble because Cody doesn't need to win the Royal Rumble. He can win it again later. So at WrestleMania in Philadelphia, you get the best in the world versus Seth Freakin Rollins. So again, I ask you the question, who to you is the best in the world? How do you feel? What side of the barn do you actually sit on when it comes to this conversation? Do you still think it's a work? Or have you understanding that it's a shoot? Okay? Seth Rollins is the best. The best at what? Wrestling? I'll give you that. Ramsey. CM Punk's the GOAT. Okay. Vaughn Jr., of course. Boom. Always joining the actual factors. I don't know what you're talking about with that. Vaughn has such a calming voice. You hear that, Vaughn? You have a calming voice. I've always thought that your voice was kind of that of a Cowgirls fan. But, you know, I digress. You're a Cowboy fan. What do I know? Right? What's going on, sis? Best in the world depends on the sport to me. Well, we're talking about wrestling. Okay? So in wrestling, Shawn Michaels is the best in the world. Maybe in his time, not with that balding hairline and the last time we saw him. Shawn ain't been there in a while. Okay? But when it comes to this, Roman Reigns, we're talking about these two people, not the other people. Between these two, who's the best in the world? And all you guys are right. Every last one of you. Of course, it's Roman. Duh, I said each and every single week. Even when he's on the program. But game is on. Because we're going to have this real life issue come unfold in front of us in wrestling. And this is why, one of the reasons why I always love professional wrestling. I can always go back to something like this. Wrestling to me, especially in the WWE, has missed this. They've missed the realness of Triple H has done a damn good job. All right. And I tell you something, I'm going to talk about it a little bit later. AEW, I never thought was in trouble because I've always thought as long as they keep their talent they got going, that'd be fine. But game on. Because the game, pun intended, is here to play. And it's time to play the game that he's been wanting to play, that he's shown the fans that were fanatical for NXT. That you heard things like their shows were better than WWE shows. Their fan base was, when NXT, when Vince McMahon stripped it the way that they stripped, it Impact Wrestling, wrestling fans were in a tizzy. They're in a tizzy. But man, the game is on, and he's doing a pretty damn good job. So I'm telling you right here, I will be in Tampa. Unpopular Review will be in Tampa, and I will not slip up with an opportunity to ask the greatest women's wrestler of all time, Charlotte Flair. I'm sorry, my kids are mad. They're mad. I left them out of it this time, but it's okay. I'll be in Tampa, and boy, CM Punk's my pick, and I'm saying it right here, right now. So at WrestleMania in Philadelphia, where I will be also live and in living color, Seth Rollins, Seth Freakin Rollins, and Phil Brooks. Kobe versus Phil. Night 1. Book it, Dano. Comment below. Continue to let me know your thoughts. Checking in with some of your thoughts right there. Jeffrey, my God, I'm glad I don't get my... Listen, man. Okay? You already know what it is. Okay? What's going on, Grand Body P? You already know what it is, right? Repping for your hip-hop show, the BDSR Radio Networks. This is the longest-running hip-hop show on podcast. Check in. Get in when you're feeling that real hip-hop. I don't know what... Listen, if you like mumble rap, that's good. Just on that network, on that channel. Check my mans out every Tuesday and a replay every Wednesday wherever podcasts I show, which if y'all follow the Mike Knoxxx show, BDSR Networks on Pop Review, you'll catch that as well. Boom! Cheap pop, but it ain't. So there it is. My man, Belt King, and, well, he's a Belt Emperor. He's graduated past King. And Chalkline aficionado. I'm a Chalkline fan. I have a few things. He's an aficionado. What's going on, Mo Eaton? The lines were blurred with Brock and Taker with the streak ending, so we have the same mystique with this. What's really real? Well, I don't think it's difficult to determine what's really real because I'm not saying Seth's emotions aren't real. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, he knew he was coming back, right? So me knowing that he knew that he was coming back, just because one shows real emotion, does it, at that point, it's only a shoot when they're not there and they're on the radio and he's saying things that are like when Punk's on the stage and said in my hands is a pipe bomb and other people's hands is a microphone, right? The voice of the voiceless said last week, people said they didn't like what he had to say. The voiceless got a voice now. How can you not like CM Punk? It makes no sense to me. It makes 0 sense to not like CM Punk. It just doesn't.
When I'm telling lies.
It just doesn't. Okay? But I get it. I understand. Tomato. Okay? It's how it goes. No mic can handle that. What? Hold on. What? We need... No. See, I listen. Jax, he's fam. He's fam. That's the fam, right? Jack's the fam. This is my guy. NXT, that's my guy. Funny, don't know shit about Scooby-Doo and how great he was, but still, my guy. Okay? It's called an ascot. It's what Fred was wearing there. Okay, by the way. And Lucius Lyons wears an ascot. Okay? So to the Empire. Don't come at people who wear ascots, okay? But whatever. Check him out, NXT show. Check out the Big Pop Theory podcast with him and Captain Shay. All right? Wherever podcasts are sold as well. But all I'm going to say is he's the pup. Like a pup named Scooby-Doo. Right? Godfather was here. Hey, I'm glad I was able to lay the foundation for the younger generation. You know, what can I say? Well, so there it is. CM Punk is a Chicago stepper. I don't think CM Punk can step. Now, if I had on my in-house shorts that you could see me in, I would show you how to step in the name of love no R. Kelly needed. Okay? I will show you how to step. CM Punk think he can't step. I bet he can't step. And not that he's a hockey fan that makes it where he can't step. I just bet he ain't got no rhythm. Okay? So that's what I'm going to say about that. But sorry, I was never a CM Punk fan. I stay real like Black Moon. Listen, man. I don't understand why you're not a CM Punk fan. It makes 0 sense to me. But there it is, night 1, Philadelphia. Let's talk about it now. Also, I said, Tony, I need you to be careful, Tony. I said that, right? I said, Tony, you got edge over here, right? Every little bit of things that pick up is why people was calling it All Elite WWE. It's a reason why they called it that. But a lot of people that was beloved by Triple H, and that Triple H got over, Triple H guys, was being helped by Vince McMahon's older way of thinking about what ran for him for so many years and worked for him. Sometimes he couldn't get out of his own way. It's like some of you guys are out there with a lady, right? And instead of saying, I got the check, you actually say, well, who's going to pay? That's stupid. Okay, I get women, and Destiny's Child and No Women of the World got these women all empowered, and I'm a survivor. Shout out to all the girls out there holding it down. Black Girl Magic, run that shit. Okay, but chivalry is not there. If you go on a date, fellas, if you ask her out, you got to pay. Now, if she asks you out, she should pay. But even if she asks you out to show that you are that guy, unless you're not that guy and you like some homegrown, you know what I'm saying? But I'm that loud. I'm that keep people coming back. I'm that Gary Payton, you know what I'm saying? I'm that gelato. I'm all that. You better pay. Or don't even ask. Okay? So, Tony Khan, who needs to figure out how to pay what he got, because right now, he has put himself probably in a corner. Yeah, Tony, I'm sorry. I'm just being honest with you. Please don't hate me for telling the truth. But you got all these guys over here. Now you got the Hardy Boys, Jeff and Matt. They don't feel like they're fitting in anymore. Punk then left. Jade then gone. Cody then gone. Who is next to the Effect? All Elite WWE is now coming the way it was, reversing, right? How do you think, honestly, I don't know these things. I don't believe in dirt sheets, hashtag Death to Dirt Sheets, hashtag fuck you, Dave Meltzer. There it is for the daily show that we do every week to say, hey, Dave Meltzer, fuck you, and the dirt sheets, okay? Not hate on a man's success, just the dirt sheets, okay? But how do you continue to get all these guys, have the perfect remedy? I'm being honest here, Tony. You had a great remedy of WWE talent with new people and people that no one's heard of, and you kind of just let things kind of run like Eric Bischoff in a sense. Maybe they're not running their own shows, but it kind of feels like it at times with booking, with questionable booking, guys coming in, forgetting about other guys. Warlow was supposed to be your guy. That was your guy. Warlow was your guy. How was Warlow can't never get over it? The man had 4 different hairdos. Warlow's not even important anymore. And then when it comes to MJF, who I'm a wholly big fan of, by the way, I am an MJF fan.
I want you to fire me, you fucking Mark!
No, I love him, right? But you better be careful, because who is next? You got the Hardy Boys saying they're not welcome. Keith Lee's not getting over like he was supposed to. His boy's in charge, right? I know I said Carlito earlier, okay? And I just don't like saying his new name, okay? But Rusev was mentioned to me today or yesterday to me by the executive consultant on the lookout. Malachi Black. These are Triple H guys that now that he's in charge, can you imagine this? Can you imagine Andrade back over there, him and Escobar, Santo Escobar together? I'm just saying, All Elite Wrestling, All Elite WWE. Tony, I hope you can figure this out, because if not, my brother, you in for a hell of a time trying to hold on to some stuff. Then again, I like what you're doing with Edge and them, and I like what they're pushing below. But with MJF, and I'm an MJF guy, and everybody who knows me knows that I am. The shtick's getting a little old, right? The shtick's getting a little old. Everybody turns on him, right? Everybody's turned on him, from Warlow to I mean, you name it, Jericho. They all then turned on him at some point. I believe, everybody believes, well, I don't know if everybody, but, it's a good part of us that I believe anyway that Adam Cole's the devil. How does Adam Cole feel that he re-signed that contract? Now that Triple H go, can you imagine if Triple H had that faction on Raw? Now, I don't think that Fish and some of those guys was over as they could have been, but man, on Raw in Triple H's hands, how that would have panned out. Comment below. Let me know. I'm going to take my last break of the night, and then we're going to come back talking about what's on for Raw tonight and my top 10 wrestling matches of the year thus far. That's how I think it'd be interesting. I'm going to hear what you guys think about those matches. And I put a lot of work into this one because typically, it's the way that certain things go. But I thought this year had a lot of great matches for everybody, y'all. We'll be right back, y'all. Unpopular Review Wrestling, the Mike Knoxxx Show.
Is a Texas Deathmatch. Whose house?
The rumors going around at AEW, one of the reasons why Hugh Marshall left is because they're focusing more on in-ring athleticism as opposed to storyline talent in that match. Do you agree with this direction, if it's true, or do you think it's a bad move?
I don't agree with the framing of it. I think they said that they're gearing towards more of a New Japan Pro Wrestling style of booking, which is not devoid of storytelling. It's just a different type of storytelling. People like to do that. They like to pretend that you can either be a soap opera or you're GCW Bloodsport. Like, there is an in between. You can have a product that focuses on storytelling. This is actually something that Triple H has spoken about, because I was kind of a big part of his character. You can tell stories in the ring. You can tell stories about people as wrestlers. You can be a wrestler, and that is your character, as opposed to being a character that wrestles. And so, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I think that there's certain people who, when we call on you, you're going to put on a good match. And people are going to be invested in your matches. Because you have to get people invested in the matches. Like, that's why they sell pay-per-views. That's why they're able to do that. Because you can watch a show on Netflix if you want a character. But if I'm going to pay you $50 to watch the show, that's 3 hours of wrestling. I better care about those matches, and they better be good matches. That's one thing about AEW. They don't miss with their pay-per-views. If you give them $50, they're going to give you $50 worth of whatever the fuck. And the people that they're trusting have to be able to deliver that. So,
welcome back, everybody, to Around the Blocks with Mike Knoxxx, the Mike Knoxxx Show, right here on BDSR Network's Unpopular Review Entertainment Wrestling. Listen, guys, a great year was this year in professional wrestling. A lot of great matches. And I realized as I went through this list, we did top 5 on Unpopular Review Wrestling. Make sure you guys go check that out. We did that this past week. Shout out to my man, Nazia Silent, for that that thumbnail that he put together for us. But check us out. Go back to the YouTube page and check out that show from this past Thursday. And every Thursday we do top 5. This week we're going to do top 5 biggest moments of the year. Hence why I'm going with my 10, and then my next week my 10 as well. So we did the top 5 this past Thursday. And I got to say, my 10th best match of this year came from WrestleMania Night 1. Drew McIntyre, Gunther, and Sheamus. No one thought how this match or knew how this match would go, and it was amazing. Oh yeah, I have my CM Punk on, just by the way. I wear it every single show now. Best in the world. Also, number 10 for me, I had to get a tie. Y'all know me. It's hard to narrow them down sometimes, and I couldn't narrow it down. I didn't want to have an honorable mention. I did not want to have an honorable mention, because I did. Those were the honorable mentions that I had. Oh, that was night 2. Thank you for that, Vaughn. But right here was night 1, and again, without Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the Usos would have never probably main evented WrestleMania. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens on par after what he went through the year before at WrestleMania with Stone Cold, was poised for something big. Sami Zayn, to me, who can go with any wrestler in the world inside that squared circle. What a match. The way this match popped, I will still pick on that fan for who had all bloodline stuff, got his belts running. It's not like he Roman, but pop when Sami Zayn them hit the hell of a kick on Jey Uso there. Love that match. Also, number 9 for me, Wrestle Kingdom, Jay White. Listen, I don't know why people aren't popping for Jay White. Switchblade is that guy, and I wish Triple H was in charge when they were trying to get him all the way. Because, oh my God, he was poised to come there, in my opinion. At least I was hoping he was poised to come there. And Okada, I'm not really the biggest Okada guy. I think he's kind of a little bit overrated. In the sense that, again, when it comes to Japanese storylines, I can't really follow and get behind them, because I don't follow and get behind them, but they're not speaking English. If you tell me, oh, they got English dubs, I don't care. Doesn't matter. It's not my comp. But I was privileged to watching this match. I saw this match live. Wow. Jay White destroyed it. That's my number 9. Number 8 for me came from a few weeks back at Fastlane. Yeah, y'all, it's my number 8. Cannot lie. This is where, again, the seeds were planted again about CM Punk. After he beats Nakamura, they're outside the ring there in front of the fans. He holds up the title, he's swinging it, and Corey Graves makes the devil reference that, again, people who are smarter than me, because this is the show for the intelligent wrestling fans, that followed and laid what they call them, the breadcrumbs. That's the fall that Punk was on his way back to the WWE. No, not a dirt sheet, just clues. People who tally up how many wins and matches people have. Those who have that kind of life. Thank you. Right, but this match was insane. Just insane. My number 8 on my list. Number 7 for me, the greatest North American champion of all time, Dominic Mysterio, took on Trash Lee and Ali and the Great American Bash. And I will say this much, man. This match deserves to be number 7. Was that damn good? You don't need I tried to kick you in the head if you don't understand how great this match is. And anybody who says Dominic Mysterio cannot wrestle, you could tweet this too, Vaughn. Anybody who says Dominic Mysterio can't wrestle, at me, bro. We can go in the parking lot with a parking lot brawl, and I guarantee you don't want that work. Dominic is that guy. Moving on. Number 6, Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bella. Strap match, my man, Ricky Starks. What a match, boy. That boy beat him like his mama. Everybody knows the flip-flop. I'm sorry, I'm not Puerto Rican, all right? And I'm 48 years old. I have never knew that was a Puerto Rican thing to grab the flip-flop. I'm sorry. I was too busy running from my grandmama and my mama and they moo-moo, grabbing a switch, grabbing a belt, grabbing a stick, grabbing a branch, and a flip-flop. Okay? So sorry. This boy got his ass whooped like grandma used to do it, okay? What a damn match. Loved it. Number 5. Y'all saw, if you haven't saw, make sure you go back and you watch. Top 5, Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega. Oh, Omega, I may not like his microphone prowess and his storytelling and things like that. But man, the boy can go in the ring. Again, what would it have been if he also had Triple H's backing? It's just a story. Listen, AEW fan base, I hope you succeed. We need it. This is what making WWE so good right now is other wrestling having alternatives to wrestling. That's what makes it great. I love it. Keep it coming. I hope nothing but success for AEW. Number 4, 2 out of 3. Look at that. Look at my list here, people. Okay? Look at this. 2 out of 3. Jay White again makes the top 10 and the best tag team in the world because the Usos right now, which breaks my damn heart, the Bloodline right now, which breaks my damn heart, ain't together. Okay? And with all due respect towards you, Vaughn, backstage, gonna try to say something to me, all right, about the New Day. They ain't the same right now, right? So we're talking about greatest of all time. We're talking about the greatest right now. FTR to me, what a match on a Saturday night. Wow. Loved it. We'll never forget that match. Number 3 came from WrestleMania, I would say arguably, my top 5 female wrestling match of all time, where I got to see Rhea Thickly and Charlotte Flair, the greatest women's wrestler! Of all time! It's just what it is, okay? The Queen, if you will. My favorite match of the year. What a match. I absolutely loved it. Number 2, Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Page. Yes, it was disgusting, but man, and I may be a creature of habit, a creature of the moment, but the second greatest match of the year right here, Swerve Strickland. I loved it. This match had everything. It had story, it had action, it's hard to get to me, okay, a technical match and a match like this, right? With so much going on. Hep C was all over the place. So much going on, so much nastiness going on, if you will, but can still perform in that square circle, around that square circle, around the debris that was in the ring. This match, number 2 for me. And number 1, people, come on. Let's not get it twisted. He is truly your best in the world, but he's bigger than best in the world. We're going to leave that for CM Punk. CM Punk's the best in the world because Roman Reigns has not stopped being on God mode, okay? He doesn't have to be the best in the world, Vaughn. Tweet it again if you want to. I don't give up. Roman Reigns is in God mode. No need to be best in the world. That belongs to Chicago-made Punk, CM Punk himself. That's my top 10 wrestling matches of the year. I recap them. Number 1, right here, WrestleMania Night 2. Number 2, Full Gear, Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland. Number 3, Charlotte Flair and Rhea Thickly, with Rhea winning that match, by the way. Number 4, 2 out of 3 falls on Collision, FTR versus the Bullet Club Gold. I flew to LA just for Roman and Cody, see what I'm saying? Number 5, from Wrestle Kingdom, I believe it was night 9, Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega. Number 6, Chicago, Daniel Bella, Bryan Danielson taking on Ricky Starks. Number 7, Great American Bash, Dominic, yeah. Oh, went back wrong. Then we got Seth Rollins and Nakamura, last man or false count anywhere match number 9. Okada and Jay White. Jay White is in here twice. The Usos, night 1 against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And then right there, number 10, night 2 again, as I was corrected by the Peanut Gallery. I appreciate you guys right there. This match was just insane. I believe that was a comment that somebody had put down there below. I absolutely loved it. That's my top 10 of the year. Next week, I will definitely have up the top 10 moments of the year. And I tell you right now, unless something happens between now and next week, CM Punk coming back it's goated to me. Nothing can beat the return of CM Punk. It stands the test of time for me and what wrestling just bring it back. Like, and I can say, yeah, I called it, but I never thought it would really happen. That's why we say never in professional wrestling. But the return of CM Punk, to me, is still the biggest thing in the world. But comment below. Let me know what you think about that. Hey, it was an honorable mention for me, Captain. It really was. It really was an honorable mention for me as well. Charmaine, out to you as well. But tonight on Raw, it is going down tonight on Raw. This is also, I was looking at tickets earlier, so I had that on my screen because I'm trying to get my butt in the building for WrestleMania. But we got the main event, Jey Uso taking on Seth freaking Rollins. I predict interference is going to happen from that match. We got Sami Zayn going to lose to Drew McIntyre. Why my guy got to be laid to slaughter like this, right? To add more hypocrisy bullshit. Can we please get Sami Zayn back to the Sami Zayn who had the conspiracy? That was the greatest Sami Zayn of all. Get that back. Also, Nakamura and Cody will clash tonight, that's pretty good on a Raw. As well as Shayna Baszler takes on Nia Jax tonight. Raw is kind of stacked. I mean, it is only Jacksonville versus a non-Joe Burrow-led Cincinnati Bengals, so the ratings should be great for Raw tonight. But, man, I tell you this much, guys. Wrestling's in a good place. We are on our way to the road to WrestleMania, and you cannot go that road if you do not go to the Royal Rumble, my favorite pay-per-view of the year. It starts off the season. I cannot wait. So listen, guys, I'm going to get my black ass up out of here tonight so we can go get some food. Yeah, yes, Tony, I can say that. I'm black. I can say, get my black ass up out of here. You can't. Bam! But I can say that.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black.
So I'm going to get my black ass up out of here, y'all. I'm going to catch you guys next week. All right, same bat time, same bat channel. Yeah! Listen, do me a favor. Do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me. And don't love God, y'all. That's crazy. I'm out of here. Thank you for being the voice of the voices past that and beyond. Thank you for being the show the pros listen to. Without you, I couldn't be here 14 years and still rocking it. Thank you very much. I'm out of here, y'all. Fingers.
Lose it, bite my tongue for no one. I put you on blast. So all the news channels, y'all can kiss my ass.
You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're raw, what you getting in? Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to the Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot.